are live on this beautiful Friday that can't seem to work out what the weather's doing outside, but it's beautiful and sunny right now. Hey, Anthony, how are you today?
Oh, I feel like I've moved to Melbourne at the moment without the lockdowns.
Oh, thank goodness, no lockdowns. So today, this week in business, we've got a couple of things. I'm going to kick off with something that's just floating around on the internet at the moment, and maybe if you use this software, you'll have received an email yesterday. It is about the Wave app accounting software. It was announced earlier this week, and all customers received an email yesterday saying that no new customers, they will not be allowing customers any longer from US and Canada, from anywhere other than the US and Canada, sorry, for any new customers, and that customers outside of the US and Canada will no longer be receiving any support directly from Wave. You'll be put into a chatbot and you'll be sent to a frequently asked questions, and there'll be no further support from them. So if you are a freelancer that's been using Wave or someone that's using Wave, look, it is probably time to start looking for another product out there to support your accounting needs. And what we'll do is we'll have a further chat with Kingsley next week. He's on holidays this week, so we'll chat with him a bit about what options are available next week. But that is just something we wanted to bring to your attention. Now, Anthony, let's talk about content scheduling.
Look, before we jump into content scheduling, it is actually connected. There's a bigger issue at heart here, which we all need to kind of step back and take some thought about, which is free stuff. And in the world where we today have so much access to free stuff, like software, like accounting software, we've got to remember that sometimes that stuff can go away, sometimes it can be charged for. Often a lot of suppliers are really good at grandfathering it, but occasionally things just disappear. And there's a product which Google had many years ago called Google Reader, which was an absolutely awesome RSS reader. Pulled all your books together, pulled all your news feeds into a single place you could watch them. And one morning we just woke up and they said, no, we've turned this off now. It was free, sorry. So bear in mind that even with paid software, particularly with free software, sometimes these things will come along, and it's really important that you don't build your business around, on shaky foundations with these things. Content planning software, however, is not something where we see a lot of free product on offer. And the opportunities that are out there range from some fairly low cost products through to some very, very sophisticated comprehensive social media management tools. Hootsuite really for me is the gold standard out there, but there are a lot of other products which are equally capable and often the case with all of these things, they're 99% perfect. It's just a different 99% from one vendor to the next. As we head into the Christmas months though, when we are naturally going to be busier in our businesses, and there are going to be periods where we just want to have a little bit of downtime, it is worth considering using either the built-in social media scheduling tools that are available in Facebook now, being the dominant platform that's out there, or a third-party app, and there's plenty out there that you can look at. One thing to really be conscious though is you can schedule the content, but you do need to remain on top of the commentary and the feedback on it. So you can step back a little bit from putting the material out, but you're still going to need to keep an eye on the phone over the Christmas period, answering questions that people put in, perhaps dealing with any reviews or perhaps not so positive comments that people make, rather than letting these things fester, because they can become quite a problem for you at this time of the year.
Yeah, I also wanted to add in there about content scheduling is that if you are having some time off over Christmas and that social media might be something that you kind of struggle with on a regular basis, it might be an opportunity for you to kind of create a content bank. Now, you can do this in a Word document, a Google document, Excel, wherever you want to do it. You could do it in Canva if you're a Canva user and create all these beautiful posts in there. But it might be an opportunity for you to just let your creative juices flow if you're having some downtime and a break from your business, to put together some content that you can pull on in the future as well. Because we know that content planning, and look, Facebook is plastered with ads for content planning stuff. So, there's a lot of people out there offering a freebie or a download or something like that. It's not that complex. It's more about giving yourself the time to do that. So, make that space and use one of the scheduling apps. I love Hootsuite as well, but I also do love Facebook Business Studio because of the ability to do Instagram and Facebook without it coming across as duplicate posting. So yeah, there's a couple out there, and Hootsuite does LinkedIn and Pinterest and all of those other platforms as well, all from one. I think YouTube, I've not tagged in my YouTube, but I think it does YouTube as well. If you've got a bunch of videos that you've been meaning to get out there, get them scheduled up, get your presence out there.
All good stuff.
Yes. Now, we announced yesterday on our main Facebook page that we're doing Small Business Saturday in the lead up to Christmas. And this is all about supporting our local retailers across the Southwest. So we would love to hear from you as to who is your favourite retailer that we can tag, share their links, pages, images, all that sort of stuff, so that we can help them have a roaring Christmas period for them. And yeah, that's something that we're doing. We will be sharing some of our favourites as well, but we'd love to know who you love.
One big Christmas trend I've noticed this year, looking around, and I think COVID has certainly changed the way a lot of us have behaved, has been the trend towards gifting experiences. There's been if you are a restaurant, if you're a experience, if you've got those kind of services that are out there, don't underestimate the value of promoting those gift vouchers as an experience that people can purchase, because it's quite an exciting time for that space. And perhaps a lot of us are a bit overstuffed. So it's an opportunity to think about those things that we can purchase there. And I guess the other real positive with it is that compared to buying something off a multinational online company that has a name of Tropical Rainforest, where $0 stays in your local community, with both retail gifts, a big percentage of your money stays down here, and with experiences, pretty much all of it goes into the delivering of that experience in your place. So it's absolutely worth looking at that kind of thing as we head towards Christmas.
So Anthony, who are you going to buy an experience from?
There's so many, but it's for me or for somebody else, because my children at the moment have got a long list of things that they're looking for, one of which is a skydive. And I think that's a little bit of a reach, but we've had a racing car driving day. One of them is hunting for, and another one for a mountain biking course.
Oh, fun. Well, I've just been today buying up a bunch of gifts for a client of mine for her staff, and I have found so many new day spas because she's gifting them all vouchers for day spas for Christmas. So we're limiting on postage, and we're buying from actual local businesses to these people because it's a team across Australia. So it was very exciting to support all of these small businesses across Australia.
Fabulous.
Now, you wanted to talk about pricing.
I do. It's a quick one for you. Just a last little tip here for people when they're thinking about refreshing things over Christmas. A lot of businesses will take this chance to take a step back, have a look at their material and see what the story they're telling is. And one of the most common questions we get asked by people is, do I put my prices online? And I want to bring up an analogy from a retailer that I worked with once who actually had a really valid point. He said, any item on our shelves which doesn't have a price on it won't sell. So what do you mean? And his response was, well, when people don't see a price, the immediate assumption is that's too expensive, I probably can't afford it, and that's why they're hiding something from us. So whilst it's not a great pick, you may decide you don't want to put all your prices out, you do need to signal to people the price point that you're at. If you've got a very professional looking website with great imagery and great words describing what you're doing, but you don't put some sort of flag or some sort of indicator as to what price brackets you work within, a lot of the time people will look at it and kind of back off and go, oh, I don't know if I can afford that particular service or product for that matter. Products are another one which I've picked up recently, in that there was a particular product that I needed to purchase, and my initial response was to go and get an idea of how much it was. And a big green box building have all their products with prices on it, which gave me an idea why they do that, is that I'm going to look at it and say, well, it might be, 50 cents cheaper at a tropical rainforest company, but I can go and pick it up today from this one. And this is why I think it is actually worthwhile thinking about that decision, because people will have a premium, and that premium will vary between one person and another. It might be 5%, it might be 10%, it might even be 20% for something they absolutely need today, that they're willing to pay extra if they can see that it's available online but available locally for them right now. So it's something to definitely bear in mind with that decision. Services are a little bit trickier, but telling people that you work within a particular budget range, or you can work to accommodate people's budgets at different price points. Service menus are a great way of doing that without having to spill the beans on everything that's out there. One last little tip on it. A lot of us worry, what if the competition see my price and undercut me by 50 cents? Your competition will, if your competition are doing their job halfway well, they should know which price point you sit at. The bigger issue, though, is can they create the same value that you create? And that's a different story to the pricing. So, don't lose too much sleep about that.
Awesome. Well, that is definitely something to think about. Now, Anthony, do you have your prices on your website?
I have price flags on my website, which indicate to people the kind of brackets that we work at, and the price points that we're at. We're certainly not a big agency where we're looking to cover significant costs, but as a general guide, a way of flagging a price would be saying, well, we're probably less than the electrician that you hired last week.
Yeah, and on my website, I talk about working within people's budgets. So, we're both service-based businesses. So that's, if you're wondering how you can do that for yourself, feel free to check out our websites and see how we're doing it, because we're happy to share our secrets on these things. That's why we do this.
That's it.
All right, well, the last thing I have is that next Friday evening is our last Friday monthly drinks for 2020 at the Parade Hotel. Come along if you want to. And also the Christmas lunch on the 16th of December. We do need RSVPs by the 9th of December to confirm our booking. I think we're sitting at about 10 people so far, so it's going to be a really lovely lunch, and we'd love to see some more people there. But, make sure you RSVP, and if you can't get to the lunchtime, come to the evening next Friday and have a bit of a Christmas cheers with us.
That'd be great. We look forward to it.
All right. Thank you, Anthony. Have a wonderful day, and we will talk again soon.
Okay. See you later, everybody.
See ya.